Hello, I'm Dan Chisholm, and for a special rock and roll occasion like this, a rock and roll microphone. Now, I'm with you on Saturday mornings here on United DJs from 11 till 1, or Friday early from 5 until 7. And the story I want to share with you goes back to 1982, when I was a heck of a lot younger and just starting out in my radio career as a freelance. I spent part of the week working in Manchester, part of the week working in my home city of Leicester, and on this particular day, the Friday, I would start off doing the early shift at work, 5 in the morning, finishing around about 1 o'clock, getting a train, going back to Leicester. Now, if you can picture the scene, the front of the BBC building in Manchester at that time had a glass front, or so it appeared, because it was a series of glass doors which people used for going in and out of the building, but it also let a lot of light in on people who were on the inside, and of course people on the inside could see a lot of people on the outside. And on this particular day, I found myself leaving my shift, and I was just about to leave the building to go and get my train. Now, if you imagine that as you look through the front of the building, right in front of you is the main reception desk. That was where all guests for national TV programmes and national radio programmes turned up. And on the left-hand side was a smaller desk, which was the reception area for BBC Radio Manchester. I came out of the door alongside that reception area on the left-hand side, said to the receptionist that I was going and would see them early next week, and then turned right towards the glass doors. And as I arrived in front of the glass doors, suddenly I was greeted by screaming and a scene of a sea of young girls, teenage girls, right out of something like the film A Hard Day's Night, chasing the Beatles. And they were screaming and they were pointing at me and they were going, "There he is, there he is, there he is." And I'm standing completely frozen to the spot thinking, what on earth is going on? Of course, this was before Jeremy Beadle was involved with Game for a Laugh, but not long after Candid Camera, so I did wonder whether I'd been set up for a huge television stunt of some sort. And I froze for a moment, and they were going completely crazy. I mean, it really was wild. And there was hundreds of them. And I'm thinking, I've got to get through that lot. They're going to rip my clothes off or something. What on earth is going on? They've mistaken me for someone. And then I suddenly thought to look behind me. Behind me was Simon Le Bon and the boys from Duran Duran, who were in for a performance on the newly formed pop show called The Oxford Roadshow, which was being screened live that night on BBC Two. I suddenly realised it wasn't me they were getting enthusiastic about. I sort of head bowed, walked towards the door, feeling my moment of fame had passed as I just got through with the security guard's help out and wandered to the train. And I thought, that's what it's like to be a pop star, is it? Wonder if it'll ever happen to me. It hasn't yet. But with the help of United DJs Radio, who knows?